Hello and welcome to this 10-minute seated routine for bursitis and hip pain. My name is Joëlle, and let's start by placing our feet flat on the floor, slightly wider than our hips, and starting to swivel the knees from right to left in a windshield wiper motion. So go at your own pace, and what we're doing here is just warming up the entire hip capsule area as well as a little bit into the lower back and core. So the entire area that we're looking to stretch and strengthen today to help address our hip pain and hopefully protect our bursa from getting inflamed. We'll be taking approximately 30 seconds per exercise today, and if ever anything feels like too much, please listen to your body and back off to find a more comfortable position for yourself. And the next time that you get to the right side, we're going to hold here. So our front knee and ankle on the right side are at 90 degrees and also 90 degrees on the back left knee and ankle. Gently lean forwards with a straight back over the front knee and take some deep breaths here in and out through the nose to let the nervous system know that your body is safe. You can choose to make this more active by squeezing the right glute and pressing the right knee into the ground. And then release and exhale as you lean forward an extra inch. Now, keeping the front leg as it is, simply bring the left knee forwards to touch the right foot. You can either sit up tall here or perhaps release back onto the elbows. And you'll probably feel this in the front and maybe the side of the left hip. So with every deep breath, just consciously think to yourself that you're releasing tension, you're healing your pain, and that all is well. So slowly coming back up, and we'll simply swivel to the other side to find our 90-90 position again. And beginning to lean over that front knee, keep the back straight as you breathe out. And maybe again choosing to make it active by squeezing the left glute, pressing the left knee into the earth. And then relax the leg, breathe out, and lean forwards into the space you created. Great job. Now pull the right knee forwards to meet the left foot and either stay up tall or lean back onto the elbows, and just notice if there's a difference in this second side. This video is the second in a series on hip pain and bursitis, and I'll put a link to the first one below the video, which is done lying on your back. I'm also still planning to film a standing routine, so let me know in the comments if you think that would be helpful for you. Moving on now, let's bring both legs in front of us, supporting ourselves with our hands behind the body. Lift the feet off the floor, squeezing the knees together, and you can either hold here or start to do some seated crunches by extending the legs as the upper body leans back, and then crunching in. So here again, we're dynamically strengthening different areas around the hip to protect that joint. I know these can be tough, so just go at your own pace. We're just here for a total of 30 seconds. And see, we're already done. So coming now to a cross-legged position with the right leg in front, let's just take one circle in each direction with the upper body just to loosen things up a little. And then turn the upper body to the left and press down on the right knee with the right hand. Breathing here for just a few seconds. And then pick up that right knee, and what we're going to do is bring the right foot flat to the outside of the left thigh. You can either sit up tall here and embrace the knee with the left arm, or you can choose to come a little bit deeper so that the left elbow comes onto the left knee and you're hugging the right knee in a little bit tighter here. This stretch can be really intense, and it's actually my very favorite seated stretch to release deep into the hips and glutes. So we'll stay here just a little bit longer to allow our hips to let go. You can also check in here to see if you might be holding any tension in other parts of the body, maybe the shoulders or maybe the jaw. And if you do happen to find anything, just let it go. So switching sides, cross the left leg in front this time, and again let's just take one circle in each direction with the upper body. And once you're done with those, just lean the upper body to the right slightly as the left hand presses down on the left knee into the ground. And it's time for that intense stretch on this side, so the left foot comes flat to the ground outside the right hip, either hugging the knee in and sitting up tall, or taking it a little bit deeper, leaning the right elbow onto the right knee, and really bringing the left knee into the chest. And you'll notice as you do this, the left glute will probably lift up off the floor so you can get even deeper into the hips, and maybe even into the lower back. This is such a great posture to take pressure off the hips. So if hip pain is something you suffer from, I really encourage you to try these exercises every single day and see if they help you. They're definitely a part of my daily routine. So let's try something a little bit funky now. Place your feet flat on the floor in front of you and lift the right knee towards the chest. We're going to trace the alphabet with our right foot. So literally draw an A in the air with your toes, then B, then C, then you know the rest. It doesn't matter really what you're writing out, but what we're doing here is keeping our mind distracted as we make our upper leg work. You can even float the glutes here off the floor and see how that changes the effort. So we're probably halfway. Now I'm just switching so you can see the different angle. So lift the other leg and maybe keep going with the alphabet or spell out your name or your favorite food. You can get creative. You can try floating the glutes off the mat again. And this can be kind of challenging. So if you happen to feel a little bit ridiculous, remember that sometimes we can have fun as we're taking care of our bodies. It doesn't have to always involve suffering. Now let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. Keep the right foot flexed and press the hands behind you to sit up tall. This is our seated pigeon, and the closer your chest is to your leg, chances are you'll feel this a little bit more. So you might choose to scoot the hips a little bit forward towards the left foot, or you might scoot them back. And next we're going to take hold of the right foot, so with the left hand and the right hand taking the right knee. And we're just going to rock the baby here, or rather rock the legs, so you can go from side to side or forward and back. And what I'm doing here is if your hips are feeling a little bit more open, you might cradle the leg between the elbows instead of between the hands. Just bring a little bit more movement and energy into the joint that may be causing us some trouble or pain. Wonderful. So let's switch to seated pigeon on the left with the left ankle over the right knee and find what works for you, either sitting up tall or maybe coming back down to the elbows or scooting the hips forward a little bit. And those of you who have tried my supine routine for bursitis and hip pain might recognize this one. We're just getting a little bit of a different angle here by doing it seated. And time to rock the baby on this side, either holding the foot and the knee between our hands, or maybe nestling it in between the elbows and stretching the right leg out long. And again, you might go from left to right, you might wiggle front and back, maybe even draw some circles with that leg. So just see what feels good for today. Beautiful. And let's come back to a cross-legged position with the right leg in front, sitting up tall to find some length in the spine before exhaling to come forward. We're almost done here, and I truly hope that this seated sequence has helped you feel stronger and more open, and that it will help you manage any current or future pain in your hips. I know how difficult it can be. And slowly coming back up, crossing left leg in front of right to sit up tall and fold forwards again. Our last exercise for today. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And remember that 10 minutes really can make a difference to our bodies and minds, because sometimes that's all we've got. When you're ready, you can come back to sit up tall. Take a deep breath in and release. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.